Good day. Welcome back to Buddhism for Beginners YouTube channel. So, boys and girls, before we start our story today, I have a question for you all. What is a habit? We all have different types of habits, like biting your nails. Some of us we have this habit of biting our nails when we think. So, an habit is something an action that we repeatedly do, like same action, we do it again and again and again. So after some time, it becomes a habit. So today we are going to learn how these habits travel with us in this the cycle of life and birth. It could be good habits, it could be a bad habit. So whatever it is, they come with us until we put an end or eradicate all defilements and attain the bliss of Nibbana. So boys and girls, you might have heard our Bodhisattva, our Supreme Buddha is from the Shakyans clan. So after Prince Siddhartha left the lay life and went forth ordained and became the Buddha, so these his relatives, his cousins, they all heard this Dhamma. Supreme Buddha preached Dhamma to all of his Shakyans clan. So after hearing this beautiful Dhamma, his cousins, Supreme Buddha's cousins, also had a pleasant mind to ordain and attain the bliss, right? The most happiness, the foremost happiness in this whole world. So many young princes went forth and ordained. So among all of those young princes, there were 6 of them. They were very popular among all of the others in the Shakyan clan. So Badya, he was actually a king, and then Kimbila, and then Bagu, then Anuruddha, Ananda, and Devadatta. So these 6 were very famous among all the other the monks who went forth from the Shakyan clan. So and plus there was this a barber, like a hairdresser. His name was Upali. He also went forth, and he was very popular as well. So after they went forth, boys and girls, this Baddiya Thero and Kimbila Thero, Bagu Thero, and the Upali Thero, they all became Arahant within a very short period of time. Our Anuruddha Bhante, he was the foremost among the bhikkhus who had developed the divine eye. And our Ananda Bhante attained the first fruit of Nibbana, which is the stream entry. And we call it in Pali, Sotapanna. So at the time, boys and girls, our Supreme Buddha was residing at the city of Anupiya in a mango grove called Anupiya. So this Baddiya Thero, boys and girls, like when he goes sit under a tree, be outside, wherever he is, he utters like different statements. He made different statements like, wow, how peaceful it is, how marvelous it is, oh, like this is so serene. And he was talking very highly about the atmosphere, his life. So the other bhikkhus who heard these uttering from Baddiya Thero, they wondered, is Baddiya Thero still recalling his past life when he was living as a king? Is he thinking about all the food he's been eating, the luxury life he's been living? Otherwise, we're just depending on the alms that we receive to our the clay bowl, and we are just wearing this rag robe. And this is how we are supposed to live our monkhood, like content. What's the point of thinking about your past lives, the comforts you had? And then, thinking like this, they had this discussion among the monks. And one day they thought, oh, we are going to go ask Baddiya Thero, why is he, making such statements? So one day, boys and girls, all these monks, they approached Baddiya Thero and asked, dear friend, we hear every time when you sit somewhere under a tree or you be outside, doesn't matter, you always say that, oh, this is very peaceful, wow, this is luxury, things like that. Is it because you were thinking, you're recalling about your past life where you were, living in the palace and, dwelling, enjoying all those luxury things? And this Bhadyatero said, "Oh, no, 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 there's no such thing like that. Actually, I was thinking when, I was comparing my life before when I was living as a king. I had no freedom. I had so many soldiers around me, tried to protect me. I couldn't even eat pizza because I was always in this fear. I had this fear like someone could, mix poison into my food. And then, like there were four guards in my bedroom, like around my bedroom, but still I couldn't sleep. I was always in this fear that someone's gonna harm me, right? But now I don't have any of those things. I don't have those such feelings. I'm not afraid of anything because, like, I only have this rag rope. I have a clay pot, and I'm just, I'm satisfied with whatever the food that I receive from the people in the villages. So I'm very free now. I can live peacefully. I can sleep peacefully, right? And these monks, they went so quiet because they had nothing to say. And then they were discussing among each other whether Bhatyatero is making such statements, maybe because he's, could it be that he might have attained the arahantship? And, they were discussing such, because they couldn't see these monks, they didn't have the divine eye to see others' minds, right? So they didn't understand what's going on. So they thought of bringing this matter to the Supreme Buddha and get it clarified. So they went to see the Supreme Buddha and explain to Supreme Buddha, okay, Bhadyatero is making such statements, and we were wondering why. And then, boys and girls, Supreme Buddha said, because not only in this life that he praised this ascetic life, even in a previous life he did the same thing. So the bhikkhus were all excited to hear the story of Bhadyatero, the previous story of Bhadyatero. So Supreme Buddha, out of compassion to everyone, said, so long time ago in a city called Varanasi, there lived a king named Brahmadatta. So our Bodhisattva was also born in that city. So as the Bodhisattva was reaching his youth, he realized that, this is... there's no meaning to this life, so I need to find peace. I need to leave this lay life, and I need to go live in seclusion. So Bodhisattva went forth and became an ascetic. And he was very popular in the city and everywhere. And within a very short period of time, boys and girls, Bodhisattva, the ascetic Bodhisattva, had disciples, like 500 disciples. So they all dwelled in the Himalayas. That's a very beautiful forest in India. So they would come to the villages. But one rainy season, they decided to come to the villages just to spend the rainy season. So the ascetic Bodhisattva, he had a very foremost student, and he and the rest of the students, they all came to the city of Varanasi. So while they were roaming around the city for alms round, so they came to the king's, the city of Varanasi, where the king was living. So the palace had a big garden, the palace garden. So these ascetics, our ascetic Bodhisattva and the 500 students, they also spent the rainy season there. So once the rainy season was over, boys and girls, they were about to go back to the Himalayan forest. And then the king, by this time, the king had a pleasant mind towards this ascetic Bodhisattva, right? So he said, dear ascetic, so, you are very old now. You cannot travel so far because they have to go by foot, right? So it's not suitable for you to go that far because you might get sick. So why don't you spend the rest of your life here and let your students go? And so then the Bodhisattva accepted the invite of the Brahmadatta king and dwelt there. And then he instructed his students, his chief student, to I'm going to stay there, like I'm gonna live in this garden for some time. So you take the rest of the students and go to Himalayas and practice the Dhamma that I have taught you, right? So the chief student and the rest of the others, they left to go back to Himalayan forest. So time went by. So one day this chief student, boys and girls, he thought, I haven't seen my teacher in a very, very long time. So I should go see him. I should go visit my teacher. And thinking this way, he addressed the rest of his friends and said, I'm going to go pay a visit to my teacher. So all of you stay here and, continue to practice Dhamma, embrace this, the ascetic life. I will be back very soon. So saying that to his friends, this the chief student of ascetic Bodhisattva came to the city of Varanasi. So he went to see his teacher, ascetic Bodhisattva, and then worshipped him, and had a very nice discussion. And then he was laying on a mat outside in the garden, right, closer to his teacher. So the king Brahmadatta, he came to see this ascetic Bodhisattva, and from far he saw there's another ascetic was there, and when he came closer to the ascetics, he heard this, the new person is uttering different, like weird things, like, oh wow, how peaceful it is, how marvelous it is, this is so nice, things like that. So this King Brahmadatta, boys and girls, he mistook those utterings. He thought, why is this ascetic saying such things? He's outside, like on a very plain mat. Could it be that he had too much food? His belly is full. Now he's indulging and he recalling the food that he's been eating. Like he had very, very negative thoughts about the ascetic. And then he approached the ascetic Bodhisattva and asked him, ascetic, who is this person and why is he uttering such things? Is it because he had too much food? Is because his belly is full now? Because recalling all the, food that he's been eating, like that. And this, then our Bodhisattva said to the King Brahmadatta, boys and girls, oh no, King, there's no such thing. This is my chief student, just like you, he used to be a great king. But after realizing that, there's no point to this, lay life, the life that he's been living in the palace, he went forth and became an ascetic. Before, he was always in fear that, someone might mix poison to his food, and, like he couldn't even sleep at night. He had so many guards in the bedroom, around the bedroom, but he couldn't sleep. He was always, in fear that someone might harm him. But now he doesn't have such feelings. He doesn't have that fear because he knows that no one's going to harm him. There's, no one, like he doesn't have anything for someone to steal from him, right? So there's no harm. So he's very peaceful. He's very happy about the life he's living right now. And when the King Brahmadatta heard that, boys and girls, he was amazed about the ascetic, the chief student of our Bodhisattva. And then he had a pleasant mind towards this ascetic. And then he worshipped the ascetic the same way he had worshipped our Bodhisattva. So after that, boys and girls, this chief student of our Bodhisattva, he paid his veneration to his teacher and took off to go back to the Himalayas. So Supreme Buddha said to the other monks, so see, because this is a habit that our Badya Thero is bringing from his past life. So see, boys and girls, remember I asked you a question about habits. So, we don't know what habits we have been practicing in our previous lives. So only thing we can do is to make sure that we develop good habits, right? Collecting merit, speaking kind words, learning the qualities of the Supreme Buddha, and then, like, wherever we go in our next birth, we will bring those good habits with us. I hope that the boys and girls who have heard the story today be able to develop good habits, which is going to bring so much happiness to your lives. May you all be well and happy. May the Triple Gem bless you. Namo Buddhaya.